Hello, hello, hello. It's a Sunday. It's not a very fun day. And I'll tell you why. Because I have this medication that I take every day for my back pain. It's called an opiate. Opiates do several things to your body. One, they stop your brain from registering how bad your back really hurts, even though you have 3 cages up and down with 8 screws in them. Yes, 8. And degenerative disc disease, a smashed tailbone that's like a molded mass of nothing, an arachnid composite of a nerve ball off my right sciatica, which causes extreme nerve pain and muscle spasms, where my whole entire leg twists backwards upon itself and it feels like it's going to bust at any moment, where I scream and scream and scream and my husband comes running and there's nothing he can do but hold it or hold me while I cry. Yep. And all of this is because I wanted to have my daughter, but I didn't want to have the guy that came with the sperm. It's okay, though. I would do that all again. And I had to work a really, really hard job. That was very difficult for me. And I did it for 5 years, and I wrecked my entire body. Surgeries on my wrists, fell down, hurt my leg, my kneecap, rotator cuff injury as well, and that bad back injury that I didn't get taken care of for years and years and years and years. And why? Because I just kept getting steroid injections, steroid injections, steroid injections, steroid injections, steroid injections. And I didn't even get my meds filled for my pain meds because, hello, why? I have to go to work. You can't work on pain meds. I remember, I've told y'all that I've been married and I'm married. But I haven't told y'all that I actually was in a relationship which had a marriage attached to it, but it wasn't legal because he was a grifter and he was married to a woman in California at the same time. And they had been in cahoots to steal my money that I got from my settlement from hurting myself on that job. And they were going to take my property that I had on the Carson River and everything else that they could get. He had already stole $10,000 in 6 months. And, I never saw him again once I made a report to have him arrested. He was arrested and then they released him and then he disappeared. So there's that. And an annulment would have cost more than a divorce, so I had a divorce. And technically I didn't have to, but everybody suggested that I do so that he couldn't come back and try to get something from me and say that I was still married to him, because technically they said if he gets a divorce from the girl in California, they could still come back and take part of your property. So I did that. I don't count it because it doesn't really, a 6-month marriage with its full intent was to steal from me and everything in 6 months. He actually had achieved the money caper, but the property caper had been foreseen by my property realtor, and they had a quitclaim deed that he had to sign before I got the keys to that property that I bought. And before he left, he was so pissed that his name wasn't on the deed and all the other stuff. And he said, you ripped me off of my fair whatever. But the man actually never worked a day after me and him got married. He never went back to work where we worked, because that's where I met him. Never, ever showed back up. Just stopped working and everything else. Yeah, this shit happens to people a lot, but technically I didn't think it would happen to me because I had already gone through the ringer with the sperm donor of my daughter, who instead of lifting me up, completely tore me down because he'd known my family and he knew exactly what I had been through my whole life because I used to babysit for him and his girlfriend. Yeah, I know, right? One of my mom's friends. My mom puts it this way. Technically, he wasn't one of my friends. He was the friend of my best friend's friend. So your best friend was his girlfriend, but you didn't know. I don't know. Go figure. I don't know how my mom thinks so, so you never know. I mean, she's got some wild things like I do, except for mine is steeped in truth. It is. It's steeped in truth. And to be quite honest with you, if it wasn't steeped in truth and somebody were to show me and say, hey, you know what, we need to reevaluate your truth because this, and this doesn't add up and doesn't make sense, I would sit down and I would look at that and I'd be like, God darn it, you're right. It doesn't make sense. So I need to reevaluate that. You know what? This thing right here is crazy. I think I like it. Should have been trimmed a little bit more right here. These ones are nice and full. This one, not so much, but I'll tell you why. Because somebody accidentally dropped the hot glue on my eye right here. And instead of scraping it off with her fingernail, decided just to pull it out and said, it'll grow back. And it wasn't the lady that does my stuff now. It was the neighbor lady who guilted me into coming to her when I used to go to Reno to have it done. And when she is so close and my friend, and I should trust her. Also, her husband died of a suicide. She left within 6 months from this town. His body was cremated within 12 hours of being found. I know. Small towns hide big secrets. So there's a couple secrets from my closet. Novies, stop, baby. If you keep doing that, I'm not going to be able to give you cheese because you keep scratching yourself on the carpet. And not even the carpet, on your little blankie. Novies, is you having a pee-pee problem? Mom's having a poo-poo problem. The purge. So, yes, I think I told you, or we got into it, and then I got sidetracked, as always, on another tangent of truth that doesn't even make a difference on this video. That's that whole entire mental problems that I have, because I'm mental. So, the purge. So, anyways, I take an opiate for my back pain. And it has a side effect called stomach paralysis or whatever, intestinal paralysis, or however you want to say it. I take Miralax every other day so that stuff runs smoothly. And when I say smoothly, it's disgusting, and I hate having to take the Miralax. But if I don't, then it will back up, and we don't even want to go there. But anyway, so I take this pill at night once every 2 months or every 3 months, depending on how my life is going in those months. If I'm very stationary, then sometimes it'll be once every 2 months. If I'm active, I can go 3 or 4 months without having to do a purge. But a purge does need to happen after a while because things get backed up and nothing moves. And you've seen that commercial, skinny girls look fat because of poop or sticking poop or whatever that commercial is. Anyways, I take a medication and it draws in the water from every part of your body. So when you wake up 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and start going, by the time you are fully awake, you look like the mummy. Everything is like sucked of water. But in the toilet is brown gold. And you're like, ah. But you feel like cruddy duddy wuddy. You know, and I was going to come on here, but it's Sunday. So I decided to. You know what? I think I might have a slight case of Tourette's. Anyway, so I lost 10 pounds. 10 pounds of poop. I did. Poop. And my stomach hurts. Some other things hurt from being wiped. The dogs won't even come into the bathroom with me anymore because of the stench. And there's a candle in there still. Somebody here? What the heck? It's really, really windy. I know my husband called and said maybe still has attachment. He said in Idaho the winds were getting up to 50 miles per hour. He had to go to the base to lock down the jets, make sure that they didn't get taken off. Oh, holy man. It is out there. You should see it, girls. It is windy. Holy moly, look at that. You guys see all that? Crazy. It's really windy out there. Come on, girls. It's very windy. We have to batten down the hatches. Batten down the hatches. So anyway, we are just kicking it on a Sunday in the house with the wind. So soon the power will go out and all the other cruddy-duddy stuff. And so that's what I'm doing today. Spending most of my day sitting on the throne in the bathroom. And how is your Sunday going? I can't wait to go down to Las Vegas on Wednesday. Driving. And then you guys can see my baby. I'll make him come on here live with me. We'll do the live days. It'll be nice. And then, of course, I'm going to be getting this lip flip and all that done. Filled up. Botox, and probably a spray tan because we're going to be out in the sun. And I need something to make everything uniform. So, wish me luck. Win. Manifestation. We'll do it together. So that's where I am on Sundays. Looking like a pirate. Novies, say hi, everyone. Hi. Novi Scoochie. Hey, men, stop chewing. No true mins. I know you're nervous, but you don't need to chew your feet. Okay? Min says, hi. Novi says, hi. Mama says, bye and peace out to you. Welcome. New subscribers. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.